Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Carter James Ranch, the first week in April. And you're looking at some unseasonably warm temperatures today and this week. 85 degrees today, windy and humid. Along with that, flies. One of the least favorite things about having livestock, and especially cattle, is the flies. So today I want to talk about one thing that we do to help the fly load, and that's using essential oils and some spray to help relieve some pressure on the animals. We're just going to step back into the garage here, get out of that brutal wind. So here's what I wanted to show you. I want to show you the ingredients of the fly spray for the essential oils. Now, I did get this recipe from Bree from Scratch. That's her YouTube channel, so go check her channel out. She goes through details on how to mix it, the different quantities of everything. I'll go through a little bit of that here, but she does a great job. So check her out, Bree from Scratch. So here are the essential oils that we use: lemongrass, cedarwood, tea tree oil, citronella, and we occasionally throw in there some geranium. She does list a couple of the oils that you can use if you run out of these. So like I said, Bree from Scratch, great to go check out her channel because this is her recipe she came up with. But we also throw some apple cider vinegar in there. We use vegetable oil, and we use some Dawn soap. These last two ingredients really help for the spray to stay on the animals, kind of stick to them a little bit. Otherwise, you'd probably just spray this and it would evaporate fairly quickly. So you also add in a lot, some water. That's the majority, at least for us, since we have 40 head of cattle. So we tend to make some bigger quantities. But check out Bree from Scratch. This is what we use on the cattle. This is just one component. This does not eradicate the flies. This just helps to relieve the fly pressure. So we do several other things of rotational grazing, getting the animals away from the manure load. We do use a free choice mineral with garlic in it to help try to drive the flies away. So we just have a multi-pronged approach. No one thing eradicates everything, so we try to use several different things. So today's really windy. We're going to go show some footage of us heading out, trying to spray the cattle. Some are used to the spray, some are new to the ranch, so they're not sure. They're not going to know what we're doing, but let's go get these cattle sprayed. As the fly pressure builds, 85 degrees today, we start having these flies show up. So we just kind of spray the animals a little bit. They all don't love it. Some actually really hate it, so they'll try to avoid it. Try not to get it sprayed in their eyes. Obviously with the soap, it can cause a little bit of discomfort. But you really see certain animals tend to get a little more fly load than others. So we just try to spray them as we can, and especially on their legs. Try to get it middle of their back. So I've noticed that the better job we do of not hitting them directly in the eyes so they don't run away quickly, the more effective we become. And they kind of get used to it. And to be honest with you, you can tell some of them are smart, I think, in the sense they realize it does relieve some of the load. So they will actually allow you to spray them. So that's just one thing we do to try and minimize the fly load on the cattle. Just one of the tools. A number of these are new to the ranch, so they don't have any concept of what I'm doing here. So it's a little shocking to them. But we have found that it does give relief. It doesn't eliminate flies, but it just gives some relief. We try to spray twice a day, mid-morning and mid to late afternoon. So sometimes we try to rub it on their faces for the cattle that allow us to get that close, but just a tool.